We both know that there's a big problem with B2B marketing because it's either not effective or it doesn't generate enough revenue, leaving most business owners wondering why they even bother. I'm about to reveal why marketing is broken, who and what's to blame, and how you can put it right. And this has got nothing to do with the lockdown. Hi, I'm Nigel Main, I'm the founder of salesXchange, and to begin with, here are some shocking statistics. Up to 40% of businesses that receive investment fail. Up to 75% of businesses who receive investment don't make any money for their investors. And a whopping 95% of businesses who forecast their performance never achieve it. And 10 out of the top 20 reasons for startups failing are marketing related. And here's the kicker. From Fortune 500s to businesses throughout the UK, chief marketing officers only keep their jobs for an average of 18 months. And I kid you not, this has been known in the press and online and with recruitment companies since 2016. So I hope I've got your attention. This will only take a few minutes, but I'm about to lay down the foundation why marketing has failed for so many businesses and what can be done to put it right. So what's behind this failure rate? Well, in my opinion, its primary reason is laziness. It's flabby marketers who created a massive industry selling B2B snake oil in the form of marketing automation software. So let me explain. Back in the 1950s, new business was achieved through telesales and cold calling. And it stayed that way until, say the mid-2000s, when we got email automation, and with that, we got spam. And later, around 2008, 2009, marketing automation platforms like Eloqua, Marketo, and Pardot came onto the scene, and all the CMOs bought into it hook, line, and sinker, and convinced the CEOs to invest in it too. Think about this though. Eloqua was bought by Oracle, ExactTarget was bought by Salesforce and later renamed Pardot, and Marketo was recently bought by Adobe. So it's pretty clear these companies were making some serious cash to be bought by these software companies. Now, on the face of it, what could be wrong? But here's the problem. Marketing automation and attraction marketing assumes that exceptional content has been created and a demand is generated, and it's called good copywriting. The trouble is, no one wants to write engaging and educational B2B content because the salesperson wants to be the dominant party. And the supplying company wants to keep its intelligence or intellectual property close to its chest, allowing the salesperson to be the provider of that intelligence or IP. So additionally, automation software forces a transaction by demanding an email address in the first place. So this tiny piece of information becomes a KPI. As a marketing qualified lead, it gets passed to sales. And almost immediately, the supplying company, the sales department within the supplying company, hounds down the prospect and telephones them like a typical cold call. So bear this in mind. Every B2B organisation researches new products before connecting with a supplying company. In fact, I think it's 75 to 80% of the buying process is completed before a salesperson is invited into a meeting. So cold calling someone because the supplier got an email is going to upset pretty much anyone. And if cold calling is a primary activity and someone actually comes across another person, a prospect that's in the market, which is a 200 to 1 shot, then you'll be an also-ran because they're already researching, and if you've even got a deal in there, you'd end up having to massively discount it. So the above describes the persistent tension between marketing and sales. If sales failed, they'd complain that the leads were useless, yet marketing would swear blind that sales couldn't do their job. Now, on the subject of content, firstly, The supplier has to segment their target market and then actually write for the personas they want to sell to. Trust me, this rarely happens. Then there are 3 categories of content that are, they're absolutely essential. And it's laid out as primary, secondary, and product content. And this part is really important. Primary articles are long-form thought leadership blogs or articles between 2,000 and 5,000 words that act as your main attraction pieces, found and recognised by the search engines. These articles sit on page 1 of Google and drive traffic to your site with a call to action to your product pages. Your product pages, in the same way primary articles are to be viewed as thought leadership pieces, your product pages need to be as comprehensive as possible to the point of teaching your browser how to use, install and troubleshoot anything to do with your product, providing links to your contact us page, telephone numbers, FAQs and chat. And finally, the call to action is to encourage them to contact you for a demonstration or talk to pre-sales. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. And then finally, the secondary articles, primary and secondary, the secondary articles can be anything you like because you're not worried about using them for SEO or anything like that. They're just, I suppose, life pieces. You can include staff parties, CSR events, charity stuff, and of course, the Christmas jumper competitions. But so the same logic needs to be applied with primary and product content when you're producing podcasts or videos. They also have to include, when you do them, transcripts. Otherwise, Google doesn't know what you're saying. Now, what I've just mentioned is the foundational structure for content for your business, and it's actually what SEO is all about. And if you haven't got this in place, then you are not playing by the rules that Google has specified. We do this on all our long form articles and they appear on page 1 of Google within minutes of going live against multiple different keywords. Now, one seriously important point to give you something else to think about, and that is your content stays on your website for years, potentially, unless you retire it. That means possibly that employees who have already left are still having a negative impact on your business because of the aggregated effect of poor content. So the answer there is to rewrite, edit or retire the content. And that's what your sitemap is supposed to do. Again, that's what Google is expecting you to do. There's no point wasting money on advertising, banners or pay-per-click if the rest of your marketing infrastructure is not fit for purpose. The fact that you've got someone interested is great, but then you've got to show them what else you've got. But if you can't send them somewhere from a landing page and present multiple options on a thank you page, you're probably wasting your time. Now, I know what I've said, there's a lot to take on board, but it's really, really important to get this on the inside, as the success and profitability of your business absolutely 100% depends on it. And that brings me to the B2B Marketing Reset Playbook for 2020. Now, this playbook we've created provides everything you need to ensure that your marketing plan is actually fit for purpose. Think of it as looking through the lenses of the playbook. You'll be able to gauge and assess how your marketing should develop now and for the future. Now, the playbook will also help your talent acquisition team accurately analyse the CVs of senior marketing personnel to ensure they're able to deliver on your plan. Now, additionally, you'll benefit in 2 ways. You'll either reduce the numbers of new business staff you need and maintain your income, or you'll increase profitability without increasing staff. Now, it's quite straightforward. There's 35 diagrams and a corresponding explanation on each page. Every page or stage links to the next, and the whole strategy is designed to make sense from start to finish. We've even included a revised organisational chart scalable for an enterprise to show how you can exploit the most effective way of driving your business and profits forwards and upwards. I'm not going to explain every single page on this video, but what I am going to do is simply invite you to download the playbook with the link that's above or below and decide for yourself. So my call to action to you is to say that if you have any queries, please get in touch either by phone or email. The details are on our website, and of course we're able to offer help, support or consultancy. So that's it from me. I hope you like the playbook and it helps, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.